Hey guys, so we have like a bit of an interesting news announcement here. The Legends team message. Now, this is actually not available in game yet, but thanks to the website here, dblegends.net, we can actually look at stuff that's coming up for the news. It's not even available in game yet, right? You can see the start time of this is January 8th at 3 p.m. And I am recording this on the 5th. So this is not even going to show up in game yet, but we do know ahead of time when they schedule announcements in the news, because we can look at the website here and it'll tell us. So let's go ahead and take a look at what they're talking about here. I haven't even looked at this yet. I literally just walked through the door. All right, let's see. So Legends team message. A message from the Legends team is coming at... I assume this is going to be a placeholder for whatever time zone you are. And it sounds like... I don't know. Hold on, does this actually say? Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is coming on the 9th at 11 p.m., which is Tuesday for me. So this is typically the time when they announce new characters for reveal and stuff. 11 p.m. on Tuesday. And then the character release is typically the next day on Wednesday. Okay. Okay, let's see what they say. A message from the Legends team is coming, along with some New Year's greetings. Dragon Ball Legends producer Toshi will bring you the latest news on upcoming events. Stay tuned. Upcoming events. So whenever we get like an announcement for a reveal and stuff, they always tell us in the announcement that we're going to be getting reveals for new characters. So probably this is not going to be a new character announcement. So what I think will happen is they will probably tease the tag that they're going to be buffing this month. I don't know if they're going to end up doing a new episode campaign or not. Obviously, it's been a while since we've had one because we had the Legends Fests, right? The last Legends campaign, or the last episode campaign, sorry, we had was the movies campaign with Pikkon, Gogeta, and Ultra Janemba. But it's possible they do that, but it's also possible that they just pick, like, I don't know, like Future or, I don't know, like GT, right? GT is not a saga campaign. It's not an episode campaign, because GT obviously has its own saga. So they have, like, you know, the Baby Saga, the Black Star Dragon Ball Saga, the Super 17 Saga. So if they're going to do an episode campaign for GT, they most likely have to pick an episode from GT to do that from. And I think it just makes more sense if they're going to be buffing GT, just make it a GT celebration. So, right, instead of doing like a Black Star Dragon Ball campaign, which would suck, there's no way they would do that. They could just, like, you know, not do an episode campaign per se, but just make the month of January focused around GT, or make the month of January focused around this, you know, fight or something, or focused around this movie or something like that. Doesn't necessarily have to be an episode. So if you guys remember last year, 2023 January, the very first piece of new content that we got in January of last year post Legends Fest was Zenkai Red Bergamo. And what that ended up doing is it ended up leading into us getting LF Android 17, the introduction of the Universe Reps tag, and then Ultra Hit came out at the end of the month. So I think it's very possible we could end up following a similar pattern this year, where, you know, this announcement is coming out on the 9th, which is Tuesday night for me. I think they'll probably end up announcing whatever tag they're going to be buffing, and then they're also probably going to be announcing whatever Zenkai character is coming on Wednesday the 10th. And so what will happen is, if we follow the same schedule as last year, we'll get this announcement, they'll announce the Zenkai character, we'll get that Zenkai character dropping in game on the 10th, we'll get an LF on the 17th, and then don't forget, we actually have Battle Hour dropping at the end of the month. The Battle Hour is on the 27th/28th on the weekend there. So I think there's a very high chance that they could be announcing an Ultra coming at the end of the month on the 31st. So that would basically give them like 3 days prior to the release of the Ultra if they announce it at Battle Hour, which makes a lot of sense to me, right? Remember last year they announced Ultra Rosé, and it was like 2 weeks before he dropped, but they still announced him at Battle Hour. So I think there's a very high chance that they announce an Ultra dropping at the end of the month on the 31st during Battle Hour, which should be on the 28th is when I think the Legends panel is. So again, that will be 3 days before the actual drop of the character, which is honestly, it makes more sense this year. So what I think the schedule for January, at least, is looking like Zenkai character on the 10th. We're going to get an LF on the 17th. I think it's probably pretty likely we get like a free-to-play character on the 24th. And then we can get the Ultra drop on the 31st. Now, there is a slight chance that it is not going to be an Ultra. I think if it isn't an Ultra, the only other option would be just a Mega Rising banner, but I would be very surprised if during Battle Hour they don't announce something more exciting than an Ultra character. So that's what I'm thinking here. Zenkai on the 10th, LF on the 17th, and then Ultra on the 31st. In terms of what tag we could be getting buffs for, I guess we could just pull up the character list here. I would prefer if they didn't give us buffs for tags that really didn't need buffs. I think we can all agree at this point that we really could go without getting buffs for like universe reps and movies and Sun Family. Like, we're fine with that. I think everybody would agree with that. So I think some sort of powerful opponent focused buffs could be interesting. I think Vegeta clan focused buffs could be interesting. There's a lot of options we could talk about, but I think in particular, when we take a look at these months that are not super hype. So when I'm talking about super hype months, I'm talking about May, June, July, November, and December. Those are the super hype months because they're the anniversary / Legends Fest months. And typically what this game likes to do during those months is they only focus on, the hero characters. Goku, Vegeta, Gogeta, Vegito, Fusion, Saiyans, Gohan, all those characters. And they typically don't give massive headlining buffs to, villain units like Frieza or Janemba or, Cell or Boo or those kinds of characters. So I think it is important that we try and look for buffs to villain characters and powerful opponent characters during these months, which are not riddled with like mega hype releases. And that actually is what they did in 2023. If you look back to 2023, we saw them buff. They gave us Ultra Hit at the end of January. They gave us Ultra Rosé in March. They gave us Transforming Red Cell at the end of March. They gave us Ultra Kid Buu in April. So if you guys notice, they actually do like to prioritize giving powerful opponent buffs during these quote-unquote off months, because they don't like to do that during the big hype celebrations. So even taking a look at like the movies celebration, they gave us Ultra Super Janemba, right, in October. I think it was October. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. And we got like Ma Jr. during the Dragon Ball campaign. We got the Ginyu Force during the Namek Saga. So a lot of villain character buffs released during these like off months. So I think it's possible that we could get like a villain LF or a villain Ultra in January, and then we could, whatever slot LF or Ultra doesn't get the villain character, we could see like a hero character for that slot be filled out. Similar to how they did like the Majin Buu Saga campaign, where we got Goku and Vegeta as the LF, and then we got Kid Buu as the Ultra. Obviously, the one tag that I think everybody is looking forward to getting a bunch of buffs is GT. So we can take a quick look. Oh, actually, I have this guy pulled up. I didn't even realize I clicked on him. But we should be able to open up GT here if the site wants to load. I'm having a bit of loading problems here. But I mentioned this in my, I think it was like the top 10 characters we could see in 2024 video. I think like an LF Omega Shenron and LF Super Baby 2 could be really good. And then we could get like an Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Now, I know a lot of people are Goku'd out. If you look at 2023, it's ridiculous how many Gokus we got. But at least a Super Saiyan 4 Goku would like really help GT. Especially if GT right away got an LF and an Ultra, they would be like at least usable, right? Depending on how good the characters are, of course, but they would at least be competitive, I think, with a lot of the other major teams, like a modern LF and a modern Ultra. I think the Tag 4s are like at least competent, I guess is the word I would use. They're at least competent still. So if you get two really good characters to pair alongside them, I think the team could be good because their bench options are actually not that bad. Their equipment options are not that bad. So I think we're looking pretty good as long as we get like two really solid top tier options for GT. For some reason it's not loading, so I'm just gonna X this out. But I think some kind of like new Super Baby 2, new Omega Shenron could be good for the powerful opponent options. We could of course get a bunch of different Zenkai characters for GT. Like Maju could get a Zenkai, which would be really annoying, but whatever. We could get Zenkais for, of course, like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta if they really want to push that out. Probably that's probably like an Anniversary of Legends Fest slot though for an LF Zenkai character. Like Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku maybe would be a decent Zenkai. I wish I could actually pull up like I wish I could pull up the GT list, but like it's not, for some reason like the website's not loading. I don't know why. But that's one option. I think another option potentially could be androids. Maybe they want to go down the path of giving us an Ultra Cell. I know we recently got this Purple Perfect Cell here, but it's at least on the table, I think, for Ultra Cell to come out because it's going to happen at some point. It is what it is. I think LOE is also on the table. We got Goku and Frieza last year, and we got this Yellow Golden Frieza, but I mean, other than that, we really haven't gotten much. I think if they wanted to give us like an Ultra Frieza, if Ultra Frieza doesn't happen in 2024, I would be aghast. There's no way. We're not going to go a full year, another year, without getting some kind of Ultra Frieza character. So maybe they could do like a Resurrection F campaign in January where we end up getting some kind of like revival Vegeta into Goku. And then we get an Ultra Golden Frieza at the end of the month. That would actually be pretty good because it would help buff not only Vegeta Clan, but also LOE, which I think are both teams that could use the help. That would also end up buffing Sun Family, but whatever, it's fine. So, I mean, yeah, those are just some teams that I'm throwing out. Yes, website's not loading. So those are some teams that I'm just throwing out here that we could potentially see get buffed this month. But the point of the video is just to talk about the fact that we are getting this Legends team message in 3 days from now. And while I don't think they're going to be announcing and showing like the new characters we're going to be getting this month, I think it will at the very least tell us what tag we're going to be getting buffs for. So that could be interesting. And then it also could potentially be showing us what character is going to be getting a Zenkai this week, because I think next week will be when we get the LF character. So let me know down below what you guys think. What kind of tags do you want to see be buffed in 2024 this year? Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.